Magic Kingdom might easily be the iconic snack capital of Disney World, but man cannot survive on Dole Whip alone. Can he? Well, maybe he can. But sometimes we want to sit down to a meal, and when that time comes for you, we want to make sure you pick a restaurant that doesn't leave you regretting your decision to venture beyond the churro in Magic Kingdom. Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net. Today we're talking about the best restaurants in Magic Kingdom as decided by you. We pulled these reviews straight from AllEars.net to help you decide which restaurants you should consider when in the Magic Kingdom. Your pick for the fourth best table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom with a rating of 7.63, the Plaza Restaurant. This charming turn-of-the-century themed sit-down restaurant located at the end of Main Street, USA, is hidden just around the corner from the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor and continues the old-fashioned ice cream parlor feel. Offering a menu dominated by sandwiches and sweet treats, the real allure of this cozy spot are the breathtaking views of Cinderella Castle if you get the right table.
This is a hidden gem. The menu isn't anything extravagant, but the setting is really sweet. You get to look out over the castle, and they share a kitchen with the ice cream parlor, so you know you're going to get good dessert.
Cast Star said, there is a limited menu. This may be due to the size of the restaurant. The server that we had was very good, but the food was okay, but nothing special.
While we did notice several recent reviews mentioning that the food quality has declined somewhat, a reviewer named 45 Stout J raved. This is a great restaurant for people in the Magic Kingdom. The food is very inexpensive, but the quality of the food is amazing. But a reviewer named V. Durbin complained, I don't understand the hype about this place. $22 for brisket and mac and cheese. I would not go back unless it was for a milkshake. I was really disappointed because the service was excellent.
I am not a Magic Kingdom table service fan, and I think Plaza is a good example of why. The food is fine, but it does tend to be overpriced and pretty meh when you compare it to some of the better food options you can get around Disney World.
I'm actually a really big fan of the Plaza Restaurant. It has two of my favorite things. My favorite view of Cinderella Castle and my favorite dessert, the dark chocolate banana bread pudding with soy milk ice cream on top.
Pro tip, when there is a particular view or table that you are looking for, you can call ahead on the reservation line and ask them to leave a note. If not, you can also check in at the desk when you come for your reservation and request.
The pros. If you get the right table, you're dining with spectacular views of Cinderella Castle. The theming on Main Street harkens back to Walt's childhood in Marceline, Missouri. And we don't get to say the word harkens a lot lately. Several of your reviews mentioned that you received good service from the waitstaff here. The cons? Some of your reviews mentioned receiving food that wasn't up to the standards of other Disney World establishments, with one anonymous reviewer going so far as to say food was the worst of our 10-day trip. What some call quaint, other reviews described as small and cramped. Some reviews mention that this place is expensive, considering most of the entree menu consists of sandwiches in the $20 range. However, you will find that it's among the less expensive table service restaurants in all of Magic Kingdom. Your pick for the third best table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom with a rating of 7.70. Jungle Navigation Company Ltd, Skipper Canteen. Located in Adventureland, this restaurant has arguably the most detailed backstory and theming of any in Magic Kingdom, maybe in all of Disney World. Based on the Jungle Cruise attraction's fictitious Jungle Navigation Company, with characters and lore connecting to the Adventurers Club, which used to be in Pleasure Island, it was once a colonial jungle mansion built by Dr. Albert Falls, who was founder of the Jungle Navigation Company and was used as a meeting place for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. The food is as interesting as the backstory, offering exotic flavor profiles and dishes that are truly unique compared to most Disney World restaurants.
Nicole Ty said, I really enjoyed my restaurant experience at Skipper Canteen. The chachapas, crispy fried chicken, pork, and Thai noodles are all excellent dishes here. The theming is also awesome, as I love the Jungle Cruise, one of my favorite rides. I don't find the desserts to be appealing and the reservations are hard to grab, but definitely give it a try. It might be a bit out of your comfort zone food-wise, but the funny skippers that are your waiters are so much fun.
Talk about an underrated and well-themed spot. Skipper Canteen is my now go-to full-service restaurant in the Magic Kingdom. It's so much fun. The skippers are your servers. There are so many hidden details. I spent literally an hour walking around the restaurant last time I was there, just looking at all the sight gags and the little Easter eggs. Also, don't sleep on the secret menu cheese bread that comes with the poblano cream cheese dipping sauce. It's truly one of my favorite appetizers in all of Walt Disney World.
Skipper Canteen is my favorite table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom. In my opinion, it just has the menu that stands up the best to some of my other favorite locations in the other parks.
This menu really has its fans, with a reviewer named Kyrie saying, "We had some of our favorite food in Walt Disney World here. Seems like they keep flavors, spices pretty mild, even though it's adventurous for Magic Kingdom. Our server was friendly, and that dry Jungle Cruise humor definitely comes through." But we also heard from a number of you for whom the exotic spices were too much, with Kimberly Cabrera saying, "Although the atmosphere was nice, the food is my least favorite of all the Disney restaurants I have tried." If you have picky eaters in your family, this might not be the spot that will please your whole crowd, but if you regularly explore cuisines from around the world, this could very well be among your favorite restaurants in Walt Disney World.
Skipper Canteen is my personal preference for my favorite table service in Magic Kingdom. The food is pretty good, but what you're really going for is the very cool atmosphere.
The pros. If you were an Adventurers Club fan from the Pleasure Island days, or you're a Jungle Cruise enthusiast, you'll be delighted by the continuation of their intertwined storylines in this restaurant. One reviewer said, "Definitely the most flavorful food in Magic Kingdom," which is great if you like things a little more on the spicy side. Many of your reviews compliment cast members who serve as your waitstaff. The cons? Some of your reviews mentioned the menu felt limited. With 6 entree options, but 2 of those being plant-based, we can kind of see your point. The flavors that some of you celebrated as being uniquely diverse for Disney World were criticized by others for being too adventurous. We hate to say it, this place is known for its humorous interactions with the waitstaff, but a lot of your reviews mention this part of the experience really depends on your particular server. Your pick for the second best restaurant in Magic Kingdom with a combined rating of 7.86 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Cinderella's Royal Table. The appeal of this restaurant is plain to see. You are welcomed into Cinderella Castle to enjoy a magical meal as a personal guest of Cinderella herself. Traditionally the location of a character dining experience starring many of Cinderella's royal BFFs, in the modified experience currently being offered, you'll only see Cinderella and only from a distance.
Leah Disney RN said, "CRT was a pretty great experience. The service was the best we had in all of Disney. We got a table by the window overlooking the carousel. This was the perfect ending to our trip."
Dining in the castle is obviously an experience that you have to do once, and if you have littles that are looking to meet the princesses, it can be really, really fun. Just keep in mind that it can feel a little lackluster for that price.
I think Cinderella's Royal Table is an experience everyone wants to have at least once. Dining inside the castle is very, very cool. The food itself is just fine. So for me, this is an experience that, well, you want to do it once, you don't necessarily need to go back.
We didn't see any raves about the food in your reviews, but you didn't say you hated it either. The general consensus was that this is an expensive meal and that the price of the food wasn't reflected in the quality of the meal itself. A reviewer named Ellie92 said, "Being in the castle and getting to meet all of the princesses is super cool. That being said, the food was average and it was a bit cramped. Go for the experience, not the food." Sarah D added, "The servers, cast members were very kind and service was prompt. The food was average and I wish they had more choices for dinner entrees. While I'm glad we had this experience, I don't plan on returning. I'd rather try other restaurants that we haven't visited yet. or go back to our favorites at MK.
So the food is not going to be worth the high price tag, but the experience of going in there is kind of one of those Disney bucket list things that you need to do at least once. My recommendation though is to go for breakfast when the food is going to be less expensive, but you're still going to get that great experience of being in the castle.
The pros. Eat in Cinderella Castle. Need we say more? This restaurant's royal affiliation is the reason to eat here. While you'll only see Cinderella from afar if you eat here right now, when things go back to normal, this is where you'll dine while meeting many of your favorite princesses. Looking out through the lead-paned windows, you'll catch views of Magic Kingdom you'll never see any other way. The cons. This isn't where you go for amazing food, but there are plenty of other places to go in Disney World if that's your priority. This place is all about the atmosphere and the experience. I know we talk a lot about meals being expensive, but at a current fixed price of $62 per adult and $37 for kids 3 to 9, that gets more expensive when all the princesses are there. You literally can't choose to order a less expensive entree, and the menu is not all you care to enjoy. With only 3 appetizer options and 5 entrees, including the plant-based option, there may not be something for everyone on the menu. And your pick for the best table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom with a combined rating of 8.05 between lunch and dinner, Liberty Tree Tavern. In the 18th century, Liberty trees existed in towns throughout the colonies as landmarks for important gatherings, but the very first was an elm on the Boston Commons where colonists met to demonstrate dissatisfaction with British rule, ultimately leading to America's independence. Liberty Tree Tavern pays tribute to this time in American history with the recreation of a colonial-style inn and serves all you care to enjoy family-style helpings of what Disney calls traditional New England-inspired fare, but what most people just call Thanksgiving.
If you are into that kind of meal, if you love Thanksgiving, if you want a hearty, all-you-care-to-enjoy meal, then you definitely want to check out Liberty Tree Tavern because the food is quite good quality. Again, it's all you care to enjoy. Plus, it's decorated really well and kind of underrated, the theming in there. Each room is themed after an icon of the American Revolution, and so if you're like me and sitting in the George Washington room, it's saying Hamilton the whole time.
Scott Mop said, "The food is very good, very much Thanksgiving-like. The atmosphere is very great, very colonial. The dessert is yummy, worth the price."
Wow, I was really expecting Be Our Guest to be at the top of the list here, but actually Liberty Tree Tavern is the correct answer. This place serves up Thanksgiving food, which I totally love. I especially love all-you-can-eat Thanksgiving food. I will say that it does take up a longer portion of your day, so if you only have one day in Magic Kingdom, I would maybe skip it and go for quick service, but I might say that of any table service restaurant, so Liberty Tree Tavern is a win for me.
Now, if traditional Thanksgiving food sounds great to you, most reviews rave about the flavor and quality of the food, with a reviewer named Disney North Fan saying, "Enjoy the family-style serving and yummy dessert. Feel it's a great place to transport your family out of the theme park in a good way to enjoy some time to relax, talk, and leave feeling great." While some of you complained about the fact that the meal was a little bit long when you're anxious to get back on the rides. On the other hand, some of your reviews mentioned that you felt rushed by the waitstaff. A reviewer named Jeff NC explained, "The staff was dashing around like we were on an assembly line."
Okay, I can understand why Liberty Tree Tavern is rated as number 1. There is one note that I have to say here. The Thanksgiving style food is really good, but it is also very filling. So if you're someone who kind of loses their appetite walking around all day and in the heat, it's gonna be a big meal for you.
The pros. If you're a fan of Thanksgiving dinner, you'll love this restaurant's signature, all you care to enjoy menu of turkey with all the fixins. You're immersed in the colonial aesthetic from the decor to the tableware to the cast members' costumes. Considering this is an all-you-care-to-enjoy meal, your reviews mentioned the $39 price for adults and $21 price for ages 3 to 9 is fair. The cons. Though a fun novelty for some guests, the fact that you might be seated in the Diamond Horseshoe next door instead of inside the actual Liberty Tree Tavern dining room because of a need for overflow seating was a con for some of you in your reviews. You mentioned that this 3-course meal took some time between the salad, main platter, and dessert, and that it might not be a priority for all guests. Yet some of you said you felt rushed by the waitstaff at this very busy restaurant. And that does it for your list of the best restaurants in Magic Kingdom. What did you think of this list? Did your favorite restaurant make it on the best list, or did you feel like your fellow viewers got it all wrong? Well, head over to AllEars.net and leave your reviews for everything Disney Parks related. Hotels, restaurants, rides, and more. You have the power to change this list right now by leaving your own review. And who knows, your opinion may be included in a future episode. If you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up. Be sure to stay tuned to AllEars TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news. Follow us on social media at AllEars.net. New to the channel? Check out our other AllEars videos right here. And please subscribe to AllEars.net. That's right down here. And clang that little notification bell so you immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for AllEars TV. See you next time.